Look at Henrietta, New York, guys. We talked about Henrietta a lot. It's where I personally reside. So, I mean, Henrietta's super cool, right? Like we're looking at it here. Let's get into specifics. Let's get into details. We're not gonna look at West Henrietta right now. We'll look at it in a little bit. But when you come to Henrietta, you're like, hey, what do I take? Okay, so we go 390 Genesee Expressway, but we're also not gonna take it completely because as we keep going 390, there's gonna be Highland Drive, which is right here, right? So 390 to Highland gives you the proximity play of all of these locations because when I think about Henrietta, this is quintessential Henrietta. This is Henrietta defined for me. Why? Because if I go to the right or left, whichever direction you're watching this, you got Lowe's, Target, Best Buy. I actually work at both of these places, which is really funny. You get these places, and then you know what's funny is I went to Target like a few days back, and the worker lady was actually asking me. She's like, "Hey, do you guys have any jobs right now?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm just looking for a second opportunity." I was like, "Oh yeah, full circle." But as you keep going through Highland, you get this, and this is, in my opinion, this is the definition of our downtown, right? And I'm going to show you East Henrietta too. Don't worry. But here you got Miracle Mile Drive, which features our mall, and that's right here. I'm going to get some coffee. That's right here. So this new building, I showed this to you last time when we looked at Brighton. But this new building is the UR Medicine Orthopedics that's being created. That's like 300 new jobs. And again, if you're a doctor, hey, reach out to me. If you're thinking about, if you are someone that's moving here for that job, reach out. But as we move past that, let's look at this location here because this J. Scuddy Plaza, J. Scuddy Plaza is a super popular one, right? Because you got Wingstop, which is really cool. And then you've got KeyBank, Aspen Dental, you got Value City Furniture, but as we move north, you got Wegmans. Wegmans is our spot. Personally, in my opinion, I think they're getting a little bit more overpriced, but you got Wegmans. I don't know, I didn't mean to save that. Remove that, please. Burlington, UPS, I go here all the time. Tim Hortons, Aldi's is where it's at, man. If you haven't shopped at Aldi's, you're missing out. But here, past this location, and again, we're still on Highland. Right, like the street is still Highland. We're still on Highland because that's the thing. You have to go to Highland, take Highland. This is where it stops. And then we're going to go Jefferson. So Highland to Jefferson is what creates this location right here, this locational play, as I like to call it. Because you got West Jefferson here and then Jefferson here. If you go Jefferson and then maybe you can just go J. Scuddy, you got... I've actually never been here, which is interesting. But Mochi Nuts, I've been here all the time with my friends and my family. You got Mochi Nuts, you got Olive Garden, all you can eat, obviously, and then McDonald's. But here's my favorite store. Ray Moore and Flanagan's. BJ's, man. So you got BJ's right here, and this is all, again, on the same street. As we move a little bit to the right, and at least my right, you have, again, a ton of just proximity plays, right? So you've got Men's Wheelhouse, Market Square Plaza, Chipotle, Longhorn. You've also got, what is this? Red Robin's. Never been to Red Robin's. Marshall's. This is this is where I go a lot, just because I go to Marshall's a lot. I like Marshall's. You got American Fruit, a vegetable company. But one of the things that I'm trying to show you guys is from a locational instance, right? I'm not even afraid to show it. Like where I operate from business, like locational perspective, like right here, like you can see my office building, which is interesting, which is crazy. All you got to do is go East Henrietta. Like it's not that far. But from a proximity play, like you're seeing a ton of just places to do, food, shops, fitness center. This is my gym. This is literally my gym. If you ever, if you're ever like, hey, I want to get a workout, you'll probably see me here around 5 o'clock. It's a non-negotiable for me. Now, from the reviews, there's, not lowest. We don't want to go lowest. We're going to go newest. There's definitely some things, right? It's like excellent equipment, good music, modern price. So I like the gym. I've been going for 4 years, but yeah. So that's kind of what that looks like. Now, as we move down south, if you're like, hey, where do I go? So we go Jefferson to Highland, take Highland. You want to go past this, and then as we keep traversing, you got Mama G's, McDonald's, we'll get into that. But as you keep taking Highland and coming down, guess what? You're going to get, eventually, the elementary school, which is right there. And then you will get the high school, which is, I'm trying to show, why is it not popping up? Public Library, Calkin Center, Henrietta Center. That means the Henrietta Library, or not library, sorry. The Henrietta School. So we've got the elementary school. If you keep going to Lehigh, you got Rush Henrietta. I don't know why it didn't pop up earlier, but yep. So this is Rush Henrietta. This is the school right there. And if we keep going past this location, right? So what is there to do in terms of for maybe your kids, things like that? So if you're going to Rush Henrietta and you're right there and you got kids and they're like, yeah, I want to grab a slice of pizza or whatever. In a 2-minute walk, you got Perry's Pizza, love that. New China, love that. 7-Eleven, ice cream, and then Stone's Pub. Maybe this is more for you, but you've also got a fire company. What am I trying to say? You got the Firehouse there. You've also got Nightshade Studios, which is a tattoo place. This is Howard Hanna Academy, which is interesting because Howard Hanna is another real estate brokerage. I was actually a part of Howard Hanna for a really long time before I left. Just a better cultural fit for me personally. I wanted something where I'm like, hey, I can actually improve. You know what I mean? But let's look past this, right? So if we're here at Rush and we go to Lehigh, we're going to get Walgreens. We're going to get Starbucks, Dollar Tree, and then all of these areas are homes. Right, there's also parks, recs, but these are for the mass majority of it. These are going to be homes. Mama G's, Target. We looked at all of these. These are all straight Hollybrook. I have a ton of friends that actually live there. Norman Howard School. I don't have friends, but I have friends' kids that go there, which is crazy for me to say. You know what I mean? It's like what? Like I have friends' kids that are currently in like school, which is like what? I remember when I was like 16 years old. So, anyways, it's life for you, but. So that's kind of the area from a proximity standpoint. But let's look at this. So if we go Henrietta, and I want to again encompass just a small area. Let's look at a few things, right? So we also got to look over here because we were just looking in these locations, because it's got all of this, which is really really cool to me. 100-acre pond, pretty fun. I'm going to show you here. Let me just see if I can drop you right there. Beep. I can. Perfect. So, yep, 100-acre pond is right there. Moving around. I guess I can't, which sucks. But this is what the park festivals areas kind of look like. Now, I'm going to show you guys, I think a better perspective because we're just looking here, but let me show you like everything else that we talked about. Just going through Miracle Road to the drive, and I'm going to take you from really, which is right around here, Genesee Street, going past this to Highland. I'm going to take you right around here, drop you right there so you can see. Okay, cool. So as you can see, right, so this is the street, this is the highway, this is the intersection. You're coming from either this way up there, street, parking, or you're coming from over here, and then we'll look at all that. But this is the street. If you keep going past here to 590, you're eventually going to get the expressway, which we'll look at in a second. But let me show you guys sort of our pseudo downtown, and then I'll show you the other locations as well. If we still come here, right, get some water in me. If we're coming here, you see Lowe's, you see Highland Drive. You're coming here to Target. Which we'll look at in a second, don't worry. You got Lowe's here. And then you got Target. That's the fancy word for it. Target right over here. Guys, I know every single thing about these streets. Like, I remember working here. I remember working there. I know every single thing about these streets. Actually, I was working at Target, which is really interesting because I was working there, and it was during, I think it was like 6-7 years ago. and it's just during the winter seasons, right? Thingamajigger, and I was a decent employee. I've always just been naturally really good at sales, right? So like I was selling the credit cards, I was doing all this, doing all that, and the manager lady just was not a fan of me. She did not like me at all, and I was like, that's okay, you know what I mean? Like that's perfectly fine, whatever. But because of that duration, it caused really me not to get the opportunity to come back. And I was like, that's perfectly fine. Like I'm not gonna work somewhere that I'm not wanted. But after that, and this was a really long time ago, but I was working at Best Buy too. My first month at Best Boy, I had the highest sales for their credit cards ever for the first month I'm working there. I had like 30 or something. It was an insanely high number. But that was Best Buy, and then we went there. It was fun. I enjoyed it. But past both of those locations, you get this, and this is what I want to show you, guys. I remember like my friends and I just like driving by here, going to the mall, trying to pick up girls. Like I remember everything, because we live here. It's not just like, hey, like what am I talking about? It's like, okay, cool. This guy knows what he's talking about because he lives there, kind of thing. I think that's important. Having specific, even idiosyncratic, really, ideas behind the locations is vital. But here's the apartment buildings that are coming up. Here's Dave & Buster's. Yeah, it's unfortunately, not as popular as it used to be. But again, like as you're coming from this location, you simply have to go here. You got Dick's Sporting Goods. I work there too. But oh my God, I've worked everywhere. I'm just thinking about it. It's crazy. But after you come from here, you're getting this warehouse store. It was rent a store, if I'm not mistaken, a little while back. And then here is where I guess the proximity play happens, because for doctors, right, like when you're thinking about a location, specifically interjecting yourself into a culture that's already prevalent, the way that I approach it is really, hey, is it a cultural fit? Is it an educational fit? And is it a systemic fit? Meaning from a systems perspective of how specifically you live your life, what activities you enjoy doing within that system, do they have those things in that confine, right? If you enjoy maybe having a glass of wine, maybe bowling, maybe watching the movies every Friday night, from, again, a systemic sense of location, how quick can you go to do those things that you like to do, and how cheap are the homes there as well? And we'll look at homes in a second. There's no question about that. But this is the UR medicine right there. It's orthopedics, physical training, but it's a multi-million-dollar project. It's a really, really big project, which is super cool, because again, I think it's great to have that opportunity invested within our location, because the more that we can do that, obviously the more more culture and more growth we can have in a location. But here you're seeing obviously Wegmans over there that I talked about. This is the Boulevard. This is Jay Scooty from City Mattress, Panera. Oh, look, I guess you can see these things, huh? I wonder when these things come out. Can I hide this now? Skechers, Hair Zoo. I go here all the time. They know me by name. I just shop a lot on Amazon. Petco. So there's that, and then you got Panera Bread right there. That's where my ex used to go. Not this one, but she was a big fan of Panera. You know what I'm a big fan of is this place right here, Aldi's. So here's the thing about Aldi's is they are, actually based off of a news article that I read, they're giving, apparently they essentially said, hey, I'm not going to raise prices. Like regardless, if we're making profits, we're okay. And I was like, that's super sick. And their growth from a volume standpoint of how many people are shopping there has gone up like 30%. So it's crazy when you think about it. But Aldi's is right there. I shop here all the time. I love Aldi's. I used to come here when I was dead broke. Now that I have some money, I still come here because I think the quality is fantastic. Tim Hortons right there. But for me, one of the biggest things is I'm a big guy, right? And I think we've talked about my bodybuilding histories, things of that nature. But I'm a pretty big person, so I need to buy in bulk. It's just the way that I operate. I mean, when I'm purchasing food, I'm spending $300-400 a week, and I know you're like, geez, that's expensive. Like, yep, it's a cost of bodybuilding, But BJ's it's helped a lot. And we looked at Costco. I have both memberships, depending on my location, because it's a proximity play again. But BJ's is right here. It's another wholesale store. Really big fan of that. You got Raymore and Flanagan's outlet over there. As we keep going this way, you're going to start seeing Bert's Bikes and Fitness Center over there. But here's I'm gonna try to get you guys over to the biggest of the biggest locations, which is you got car washes. This is a profitable business, just a heads up. Men's Warehouse is over there. Now here is where I wanted to show, because this is kind of the quintessential area. Starbucks, AT&T, Great Clips, GameStop, Sierra, Chipotle, Be Good. What is this? Permanently closed. Jeez. I guess they were not that good. So here's the strip mall, right? For me, this is what I think of when I think of downtown Henrietta, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people think of something else, and that's okay. But as we start coming here, you got Dress Barn, you got Five Below, you got DSW, Michaels, and then you also got Marshall's right there, right? You got a Home Depot right over here. I'm not going to zoom into it. Oh, I will. But you got a Home Depot right here. And what's interesting is when you think about it from, again, like a location-based, Home Depot is not like, it's just right there, whereas your Lowe's is right there, right? So locationally speaking, you can compare prices. So the consumer, which is us, we have a lot of choices, and I think it's really cool. Now, Red Robin's, right? Gourmet. I've never been to Red Robin. I'm sorry, but let me show you one of my favorite spots ever. Chick-fil-A. Like, seriously, you know what I mean? Like, come on, Chick-fil-A. But I'll also show you something else that we've got, which is, let me go here. Why are you not letting me? Come on. It's always doing this. I don't know why. That's Chick-fil-A. There we go. You've got this stop here, which I think it's a Chili's. This is Chili's? Oh, right. And they closed it down. Sucks. Piecraft. And then here's what I want to show you guys. I actually really like Core Life. I go here a lot. I also go to Nantastic a lot. They know me in there. Ask for Jessa, right? So here's the thing. Go there, ask for Jessa, Jessa, and say, hey, Jessa, Gagan sent me. Jessa, it will blow up my phone. It'll be awesome. He'll be like, how do you know me? It'll be super cool. But that's that. This is Smash Burgers. All right, so we have those things, and again, I'll show you, because we're not even like, the funny thing is we're maybe halfway done with downtown, right? Because there's still more that's being developed, and I'm really excited to show that, because we've got infrastructure that's happening in specific locations, and I think that's super duper important. So now this is just downtown, and again, we haven't even looked at the homes, the new build constructions, none of that, which is really interesting. But East Borda, again, my gym is right there. I work out here. I don't know what to say. I'm actually curious. I'm going to take a look. That's so funny. I know whose car that is. I'm trying to see, like, I just want to see if my car is here. Like, not even trying to joke around with you guys. Like, I'm just super curious to see if my car is here. No, it's not, which is good. But let's go back. So we've seen this, right? Well, I got to show you one more thing, I think. And don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Taco Bell. I'm not. Just wait. Here's what I want to show you, Taco Bell. So, this is Taco Bell, right? Outside of Taco Bell, you have, and I don't know if it's going to let me zoom in. Oh, okay, cool. You have a few cool things. So, okay, yep, it's not that new. Because right there is Haveli, which is an Indian cuisine. One of my buddies owns the restaurant. Super cool place, actually, really popular. Jimmy John's is over here, and then on the other side is White. What's the word I'm looking for? White. It's not White Castle. It's White something. White Rabbit. Yeah. So it's just a dessert place, decently expensive, but it's nice. Here's what I wanted to show you when we were looking at Taco Bell. And again, Taco Bell is fantastic. I go there almost every other day when I'm bulking. Like when I'm cutting, it's more of like I can't eat that kind of thing, you know. But what I wanted to show you is, and again, this is probably yeah, this is probably not going to be yep, which is okay. But Dave's Hot Chicken is coming right here. All right, so we're building that as well, and it's super cool because it's gonna be awesome. If we keep going past these locations, you've got hotels right there and there. You got car services. Yeah. So this is downtown, right? Downtown Henrietta. Now, there's another specific area, like right here. I'm gonna show you, and then we'll go look at the schools and the homes. But this is Burger King. You got Big Lots, Staples. You also got Tandoori of India, which is a really, Hyper Body of India, which is a really good Indian food place. Blaze Pizza. So you get all that here. Now let's take a look at Henrietta High School. Rush Henrietta. Now we are right here. Actually, you know what? Even before we go to Rush Henrietta, what I want to do is Henrietta Public Library. I'd rather show you this first, and then I can show you the high school. Because, gang, this is, and you might be asking yourself, you're like, hey, how did I even get here? Right? So from our location, how did you get here? No problem. Let me explain. So all you do is you go this way, Highland Drive, keep going through Highland, right? Because Jay Scuddy, keep going through Highland. You're at West Henrietta here. From where we were at a little while back, you are right here, which is the Winton area, Goodwill, Fujifilm, DMV. You go Jefferson to Highland, Highland to Calkins, and Calkins Road is the quintessential street for Henrietta. I use the word quintessential a lot. I'm going to try to figure out a different piece of rhetoric. It is the epitome of Henrietta. This rec center, I play basketball here every other week with my friends. This is the Henrietta Public Library, and here's what you're going to see. So you're going to start seeing schools, but also neighborhoods. So these are neighborhoods. Man, I remember these streets. Oh man, so my buddies and I, what we would do is we'd play basketball there, and we would literally just walk right here at Wegmans and grab like the Gatorade Sports Energy drinks. I remember one of my first like girlfriends, like in this parking lot, we just come here and make out. So it's super cool. But that's Wegmans. Let's keep going this way, and then you're gonna start seeing my first real job, which is interesting, right? This was, God, like 10, no, not that long ago, like 8-9 years ago. Which is like Walgreens. I was working at Walgreens before I was working anywhere else. God, their reviews went down like crazy. Holy schmoly. Oh my God, terrible customer service. It's a prescription 40 minutes to tell. I'm writing to formally articulate my profound discontent and issue a stern warning regardless the service, the pharmacy. Wow. I went there a couple too expensive, absolutely terrible customer service. Stopped to drop off unused prescriptions at 9 this morning and kiosk was locked. Jeez. Wow. The team lead, Pete, was rude and unhelpful and gave racially motivated response. And he says, I don't want to lose my job. I can't help you. You must understand that I have a family to take care. Wow. That's nuts. She was terrible. Okay, sorry. This is just, okay. So I'm not. I probably shouldn't even have this showing, but I'm going to just because like I work there. That's nuts though when you think about it. It's all public too, which is crazy. But Starbucks, right? So you got Walgreens. I used to work here. Number one salesperson in the district of Walgreens. Which I'm actually, that's a brag to me. Um, but these are some of the homes, and again, we'll look at the homes. You know, we'll deep dive. I have a very, what's the word, profound relationship with Henrietta because I lived here for such a long time. Like when I first came to this country, guys and gals, I was living in, and I showed you the street on Brighton, and I'll show you the street. I'll put the video up here somewhere. But I was living in that street, and then when my parents and I wanted to buy a house, like for the first time ever, we bought a house in Henrietta, you know, and I've lived in Henrietta ever since. We're purchasing multi-investment families, multi-families for investments, and we're still gonna buy in Henrietta. It's what we know. It's what we like. But at the same time, like our entire team, like they live in Pittsford, they live in Brighton. You know, like one of the things that I wanted to develop when I created this team and this organization is something that's multifaceted, right? Like I may be the Henrietta expert, I may be the Pittsford expert, but Webster, Irondequoit, that's where the team comes in. You know, and I think that's where we leverage everyone because that's where everyone grows. I've lived in all of these locations, you know, like I know every single street from the back of my mind. I can tell you like what you're looking for, kind of thing. Rochester's home. Rochester's home. So let's take a look at this real quick. Perry's Pizza. What I would do is I would go here every like Friday around like 7 p.m. They would have the jumbo slices and then be getting rid of those. And they're like, 2 for 1, you want it? It's like, yeah, of course. 16. 7-Eleven, right there. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. So right there, Russian. Okay, cool. So we're at the school now. This is what the school looks like. I went to McQuaid. I think I showed you McQuaid in Brighton's video too. This is where we would transfer buses. So I'd be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, man. I know. And then I'd have to transfer a bus. 45 minutes. It'd take me here and another 45 minutes to McQuaid. And it was a 15-minute drive. You know, I'm like, what? How? Why does this? Like, how? Kind of thing. Which is just nuts to me. But right there, and then you've got these homes, which are just in proximity to the high school. They're definitely a little bit older, but we'll look at, you know, we'll also look at West Henrietta as well, because I'll show you like from West Henrietta, like how much newer the homes are. And again, I want to keep going this way because there is something that I'd like to show you guys. Let's keep going this way, because you're probably thinking to yourself, you're like, well, God, listen, like Henrietta is old, you know, like there's nothing new there. And that's where you're wrong, because they do have new build opportunities. They have a ton of new builds, and I'll show you all of those right now. Now, you've got the middle school here, the Central Middle School. But as we keep going, right, like I'm maybe 5, 7, 8 clicks away. And we're still very close to the area because Stonewood Village is right there. Myrtle Woods right there. What I want to show you is this. Look at this. New construction in Henrietta. Isn't that bonkers? Murano Builders. So, did they not go into the street? Oh, damn. I guess not. So, move-in ready. New builds. For whatever, it won't let me go in. I really wanted to zoom in if I could. But these are the new build homes, right? So you're seeing that there. There's entire street is filled with new builds. And there's more, and I'll show you more, I promise. But this entire street is filled with new builds here. If you go this way, which is Winter Garden, you're also getting these luxury homes. Right? So like these homes here are luxury in itself. You got that. Oh, Lisa, I know Lisa. I suppose. So these are the homes that right there. All right. So in a proximity setting, they're close by. You're looking at, what is it? Like maybe, I don't know, not even like a 3-minute drive, to the city. Excuse me, not the city, to the school. Now, to get to the city, you're probably asking, you're like, hey, how do I actually get to the city? I got you. So if we're right here, right? It's like right around here. What you got to do, let's go here. We're right around, okay, it's Lehigh Station, like right around here, I think. Cool, right around there. So if you're here, because we were just on Calkins, what you do is you go back this way, turn your car around. Calkins, you can go East Henrietta. You can, because East Henrietta does lead to it, right? But for the mass majority of people, they're going to go East Henrietta this way. But if you want to go another direction, right? So you've got Calkins, you can go West Henrietta and just take that straight up. Because West Henrietta leads to south. South goes straight to the city, which is really interesting. But for the most part, most people are just going to go East Henrietta, right? East Henrietta, you got the state thruway right there. Up north, going to the city. So this is I-90. Now I-90 and I-490 are right here, and this is Fisher. We're not gonna get there. That's just really far because for whatever reason there's no throughway. There's no straight line. But to get to Victor, you got to take this here. But for most majority of people, we keep talking about this over and over. We go this way to East Henrietta, take this up 390, go 390 north. And then go 590 or go 390 west, and then take whatever direction you want. For most people, this is going to be faster, right? So like for most people, 90, 95, 98% of people, this is going to be faster, right? So we're just going to go this way, boom, boom, and then go this way up. So that's kind of what that looks like. Hope that helps. But you do want to go East Henrietta. So you're here, up, boom, boom, 390. Cool beans. So that's kind of what that looks like from proximity play. Now I'm going to show you guys another thing too. I'm going to show you guys West Henrietta. Now a lot of people, they don't really see West Henrietta too much, and they're like, oh, what's going on with it? Like, where is it? This is Scottsville, and this is Henrietta. I want to show you guys from a locational setting what West Henrietta looks like because, well, I want to show it. I think you guys want to see it. So let's drop you off right there. Now you can see how to get there, right? Like obviously you got these streets. You're going to go West Henrietta. You can go Calkins to West Henrietta, Lehigh Station, U of R area. And I'm going to drop you off right here. Okay, cool beans. So, oh man, I'm so familiar with this area. Ken's Pizza. I haven't actually had Ken's Pizza in a long time. So, I know. I see this on the drive every single day, guys. It's just crazy to me. Like I know everything about these houses. I know who lives there. I've probably, like, for the most part, like I've actually probably gone inside most of these houses. I know who wants to sell their houses too, Like I know this family wants to sell. I know this family wants to sell. I know these guys personally, like from a first name basis. So I can tell you, like, hey, these guys are open to it. I can tell you these guys would never sell their house. I can tell you this is an off market. I can tell you all those things. And I think that's where the legitimacy comes in, right? So we're going here. We're going this way. Oh, you're not going to let me go? Really? Let's try something else. Weird. Ken's Pizza. Alberstone. Huh. What? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. So let's go this way. Boom. That's what I want to show. For whatever reason, I guess the video people never came through here, which is okay. Nuts, but okay. So yeah, like I can tell you everything about these streets. Like, I can tell you who lives here. I can tell you, yeah, it's my aunt's house over there. I'm not gonna tell you which one, but like all of these streets here, right? So now if we're coming past Henrietta and we're going into Salter Heights, which is right around here, now you're getting these streets over there as well. Now this street we'll get to in a second, but as we start coming this way, you get this field house. A lot of kids play soccer here. Excuse me, no, a lot of kids play basketball here. No, what am I talking about? A lot of kids play baseball here. That's what I meant to say. And that's the baseball field. This is our baseball field. is always cool, right? Now Fitzpatrick Trail. Oh man, I know everyone that lives here. These kids are always out playing football. Excuse me, playing basketball. There's always an older elderly couple that's walking around these streets every single day, and I was like, "Dang, like, how are you guys up for it?" They're like, "It doesn't matter." So this is Fitzpatrick Trail. I can tell you, like my aunt, like my uncle lives here. Like I can tell you exactly where my uncle lives. I can tell you who this guy is. You know, I can tell you who this guy is. I can tell you who that guy is. Like, so that's the cool thing about all of these areas. 65. We can keep going. And if you guys are looking for a house in this area, let me know. Like seriously, you gotta let me know because I can take care of you. I can find off-market transactions here for you. A lot of people that want to sell their house, they just need the right amount. They just got to make it sense. So Eagle Ridge is where I live. You know, it's around here. I don't want to get too specifically into it, but that's kind of the area over there. Now, if you keep going through West Henrietta, you got a little patch, which a lot of kids go through with their bikes. Now, if we keep going through I-5 and New York 15, there's going to be a specific street. Did I go too far? No. Which is right here. It's on Martin. Bam. Martin Road. Now, all of these homes are decently 1990s, 2000 builds. So, you know, fairly new from a building perspective. This is kind of what the streets look like. These homes, on average, when we bought our home, we bought it for $190, $200, and this was 8-9 years ago. So these homes now, like, they're going for north of 400. No, maybe 350, 400. You know, so that's kind of what that looks like. Now these are new builds, not this one, but if we keep going. These are new builds. Let's see. Let me know if you guys still want me to keep doing these map tours. If you don't like them, just let me know. You know, be like, hey, you suck at these map tours. I hate your shirt. Like, it's a one-piece shirt. I'm a fan of One Piece, guys. How do we get up here? What? How did we get up there? Okay, well, that's kind of cool. So let's go Martin Park. Martin Road. There, that's all I wanted to show, which is crazy. This is Martin Park. A lot of kids come here to play soccer. You know, I guess I won't even let me move. Okay. So this is kind of what that area looks like here. Let's keep going. I'm just gonna put you guys right there so you can see. Yep, there we go. So this is Martin Park. So all I did was just come from this way and, you know, straight forward. So I just went here, Martin Road, Town of Henrietta, Martin Road Park. I have a lot of friends that play soccer, a lot of buddies of mine, and this is where they play. Won't let me go in, which sucks. But this is kind of where, you know, where they're playing, and it's a cool area to get into. Now, the final thing that I wanted to show you is this. So you're like, hey, where are we at right now? Why are you showing me this kind of thing, right? Don't worry about it. Is this the right one? Nope. 711 West Henrietta. Audis. Nope. For whatever reason, it's not it won't populate. But there is a specific area that I was looking to show. So we got Martin here, and I can just take my phone and do it, which is, you know, the area. So if this is Martin here, this is telephone. All we have to do is we got to go past this, go here, and then we're there. You know, easy enough. I'll show you guys this area, and I'll show you guys that area, and then we're done for the day. Because if you're coming here from you know, Erie Station, you're going to this specific area, you got a bunch of things, man. Like seriously, like you got a bunch of things. So You got the Tree Soldier, you got the apartment complex on Riverton, you got Miller's Pharmacy, and I'll show you all these streets as well. So you know how to get there. We know how exactly we got here through East River Road, right? Just go up, it's right there. RIT is there, but Martin can also lead you right there. So yeah, you know how to get there, Harbor Ridge Trail. Let me show you what the amenities look like from this area. So I'm gonna drop you, I'll just drop you right there. You don't want to get dropped? Why not? Cool. Well, it looks like the streets, the photos aren't the best, which is okay. But let's go East River Road. Yeah, that's perfect. This is perfect. So I'm gonna take you guys this way. So East River Road. The reason I wanted to show the 7-Eleven, which is like right, literally 2 more clicks, one more click away. Boom, 7-Eleven. Oh no, it's not a 7-Eleven, it's a mobile. Whoopsie, sorry, I misspoke. But it's this area right here. Barbershop, 7-Eleven, mobile. This from proximity location, like you're getting all this. And again, this is all Henrietta, guys. Like this is all Henrietta. You know what I mean? Like we're not anywhere outside of Henrietta. These are all new build homes. Either Faber or Ryan homes. These are, every single one of these are new build constructions. So like when you're looking at all these places, you're like, oh my God, like where am I living? You're living here, you know? And then if you go Scottsville, West Henrietta Road, you're getting a ton of things. Right there, right there. Now let me show you. With dudes and I used to hang out and hoop if we didn't want to go to the rec. Literally right here. Literally right there. You got tennis courts. Now, Miller's Pharmacy sounds like they sell drugs. They don't, actually. I'm disappointed. I'm just kidding. But this is Miller's Pharmacy. You know, it won't let me go in. Maybe because they're closed. But this is Miller Pharmacy. There's also a Nepali unit behind Miller Pharmacy, which serves essentially for one purpose, and that's as a community gathering area. So that's what that looks like over there. Scottsville, straight into this location. Now, these are some new build homes here. It won't let me, yeah, I don't think they did. Oh, no, they did. Cool. So these are new build constructions. Ton of them here. A lot of my friends live in these areas. These homes go for anywhere from $450 to $500, give or take, you know, the price point. Right there, right there, right there. Right there, right there. Yep. So that's kind of that. I'm going to show you, this is my final thing, and then we're done. But this is the golf course here. This is all of this there. What I wanted to show you, Elmcrest here. We can, I guess we can look here. That's fine. Let's go this way. Elmcrest, East Pass Right. Put you right in the middle. All you do is go East River Road to get to this location. So I'm going to put you in Cave Hollow. And these are the other homes too, right? So like Cave Hollow has all of these kind of homes. Now these ones you're thinking, hey, I can't quite afford the 500 price range. That's okay. Totally get it. These are around the 200, 250 price range, give or take. So you have, from proximity play, you know, a cheaper location. But I really wanted to get into here, but I guess it won't let me because there's some new construction that I wanted to show you. And this is, again, like, let's just look at the sign. Like, it's going to do the selling for me. I guess it won't because you can't see it. But these homes go for 400, give or take. Now I can go, you know, we're like right here. I can go East River Road, keep going East River, go to Lehigh, talk about what's going on here, but I'm not going to, simply due to the nature of one thing, and that's the fact that that location that we were looking at, that's not Henrietta, because that starts to get in Chili, Churchville, you know, the whole shebang. But for the most part, I do want to reiterate, let's go Henrietta, New York. You know, when you look at this, location, you're getting a ton of things. We went to we went to West Henrietta. There's also East Henrietta, which is like right there. But there's a ton of things to do, and it's such a great place to live, man. Um, from a proximity location, from job opportunities, career. Like this is Henrietta right here. Look, campfire. High school leads to places to eat. But hope that was helpful. It's definitely a longer video. Let me know your thoughts on this kind of style, guys. I can also just obviously go out and tour Henrietta. Hit us up for all of your real estate needs. Our team has over 50, probably over 100 right now, off-market transactions that we can potentially hook you up with. We have people all across the great city of Rochester as a metropolitan. And I think when you're looking for something, the partner that you choose, it matters more than anything else. So I hope that was helpful. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you on the next one.